time of upload, today is the 1st of January 2025. Not only is it New Year's Day today, but also the anniversary of Federation in Australia. Federation was a key development in the formation of the Australian identity as we know it today. This clip from the National Sound and Film Archive summarises it quite well.
Federation, a great national government for all Australia. We became a commonwealth. We began to think of Australia not as just this house, this suburb, one city or another, this state or that, but all of it, as a nation. Nationhood means responsibility.
It was simply the 6 colonies of Australia coming together into a federal entity under the British government. So, while an important moment in Australia's history, it's not as significant as some left-leaning nationalists make it out to be today. Australia was still subject to British foreign policy, as shown here, in the Melbourne State Library. In fact, the Australia Constitution Act was a British Act of Parliament passed on the 9th of July 1900. This is not to take away from a unique Australian identity, however. William Wentworth, who pioneered the New South Wales Legislative Council, submitted a poem to Peterhouse College in Cambridge in 1822, emphasising the British connection as a basis for Australian identity. Australia's legal status is clarified here. Australia's constitution was drafted in the 1890s by Henry Parkes. The biggest factors towards the Federation of Australia was immigration. Before 1901, each of the 6 colonies passed legislation that specifically prohibited the migration of Chinese people in the mid-1850s into the country. Largely over-exaggerated today, only 50,000 Chinese people out of the 500,000 British migrants at the height of the conflict in the gold rushes came to Australia. There were also Polynesians that worked on the sugar plantations in Queensland. And the British recognised the importance of Australia staying British. James Stephen, the then head of the Colonial Office in London, said this. Henry Parkes also strongly shared his view. It could be argued that Federation took away from some of the unique culture that was developing separately in the Australian colonies at the time. Financial freedom was restricted as Section 51, 12 through 18 became strictly subject to federal parliament, which means in the future if one state wanted to resist going metric or decimalisation, they wouldn't be able to. On Federation Day, the Governor-General was sworn in, who was Scottish-born Lord Hopetoun, who was previously the governor of the Victorian colony from 1889 to 1895. Hopetoun took the oath of office and swore in Edmund Barton as the Prime Minister. Federation Day wasn't just celebrated on the 1st of January, but festivities continued throughout the year. On the 9th of May, Parliament was opened by the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall, who are depicted on Federation material. Australian and British symbolism continued throughout the century. Happy Federation Day, everyone. I'm proud to be an Aussie.